Hey everyone, hopefully you guys can hear me. I just want to do a quick update. Just some exciting news that I want to share with you guys. It's been a while since I started this ministry. It's actually been now about 8 years. However, I just started really working on it last year, so it's been about 1 year now, a little over a year actually, that I decided to take Saints Edified to the next level and just we'll just work with it, and um, since then, I've gained a small following on Facebook and on Instagram and the podcast. I think right now the podcast is averaging about 40 listeners per episode, which to me that's a huge deal. I mean, I started out with only two or three last year. Now we're on 40, and to me it's humbling that anyone at all wants to listen to this podcast. So it's been a huge blessing. So I'm very thankful about that. And one thing that I want to do now, there's actually several things I want to do now with the ministry, but one major thing is I want to register Saint Certified as a nonprofit organization. And the main reason for that is to be able to use the ministry for certain charities. One thing that you guys have been seeing lately on the Saints Edified page, and you might have heard it on the podcast, is my support for Pastor Mafabi in Mabele, Uganda, and he has an orphanage there. And right now, most of the funds are going to support the orphanage with food, with the orphans with food and make sure they have enough water and things like that, beds and all that. And but I want to be able to raise enough support to do what we initially aimed to do, and that was to be able to provide Bibles for all the children and the families that go to his church. And he has a main church, and then he has two branches. So really three churches, honestly. That's about 450 Bibles, that we need to somehow get. Bibles are a lot more expensive. They're a lot more expensive out there, and the value. So the average Uganda citizen makes about $2 a day, and a Bible can cost $13. So you could do the math. They're expensive for them. So we want to definitely help them out in that area. So by making Saints Edified into a nonprofit organization, we're allowing people to use the ministry as a vehicle to donate and to and the reason why we're using Saints Edified is so people could trust Mafabi, because he understands that there's a lot of scammers out there, and especially Americans who are usually the target, the victims. He understands that it's hard for people to trust anyone outside the United States or just anyone in general when it comes to donating money. So I'm putting my ministry and my name on the line, saying that this guy's legit. We can trust this guy. He's a brother. I interviewed him already, and you guys can ask me any question you want, and I'll be able to help. I'll be able to answer your question regarding his organization and his church. So that's the main reason why I wanted to do I want to register Saints Edified as a nonprofit organization. Another thing too is eventually I'll be able to sell more product, and whether it be coffee mugs or shirts or hats or whatever, and that could be used for to grow the ministry, and the benefits that I'm still trying to learn about when it comes to taxes and having a nonprofit organization. I'm trying to figure out still what I can do with it. So from what I hear is that you could use whatever you buy for the ministry you can use it as a write-off, which in the long run saves money, and it enables us to again grow the ministry. So yeah, that's kind of all I have for you guys this time. Hopefully you guys are excited about it as I am, and it's one of those things where it's always awkward to ask for support, at least for me, but this is something that I can't do on my own. I can't afford it on my own, and it's one of those things where supporting the ministry is vital, and this is where you guys could help make it happen. So if you guys do want to support, you guys can visit the Patreon link down below in the description. Just go to patreon.com/saintsedified and you'll find it. Right now we have one Patreon, and that's a shout out to Daniel, who He's been supporting the ministry now for a few months, and he's also given me a few books for future giveaways. I mean, he's been a huge support since he's heard about the ministry. So I thank him for that. But so as of now, he's the only one that's supporting the ministry, and at this point, we need to raise anywhere from what I've seen so far, anywhere from $600 to $800 to pay for everything, to file for a nonprofit organization, and also for the tax forms and everything together. From what I'm seeing, and what I've been asking people who have done this already, they've been saying that it could be up to $800. So I'm willing to be I'm willing to be transparent about it and show you guys where the funds are going and all that. So it's just one of those things where I just need help. I need help in doing this. And if you guys think that this ministry is doing what it aims to do, that is edifying the saints and reaching out to the non-believing world. If you guys think that we're doing a good job in that, and you find it encouraging and helpful, then please feel free to support. And if you guys can't support, I understand. Just keep us in prayer. Keep this ministry in prayer. So yeah, pray for wisdom on how to go about this, and hopefully we can do something bigger than what we have done already. So, all right, guys. Well, till next time. Sola Deo Gloria.